hoping you'd say Keith Chegwin. Anyone lined up as a replacement? I'll just turn on the telly and there he'll be, won't he?
Yeah.
Advertising stair lifts.
Yeah.
Angus.
Or one of those baths with a sort of car door. That
I love it. That's great.
How do they work? The bath you can walk into, how do they work?
Yeah.
I'll never know.
You think the water would fall out?
Exactly. You fill up your bath, you think that's lovely, you open the door, surely water all over the floor. And when you get old, you get a bit confused. There's people over the country, I've done it again.
Do the goodies ever advertise anything?
No, not as... I think we did Kleenex once.
Did you? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I think you advertised Potterton boilers, didn't you? It wasn't in vision, fortunately, but we can hear it, yes.
Yeah?
It has a fully automatic control system, especially designed for now. It's a good
That was me.
with the nip. Simply turn on the knob and walk away. Simply turn on the knob and walk away.
Terribly good, isn't it?
So with a boiler, just turn on the knob and walk away. No question of lighting it, just turn on the gas and walk away.
Well, don't just walk, run.
Don't stop to light a fag.
The answer is that they've all been used to market tea, with the exception of Gareth Hunt, who started an advertising campaign for Nescafe, which featured 2 different kinds of bean, coffee and Has. Last year it was rumoured that Mandelson and his boyfriend Ronaldo might be breaking up. According to one paper, Ronaldo is worried he could be thrown out of the country as he isn't a British citizen. If only he knew someone who could help him get a passport. One of the first creatures to act in a PG Tips advert went by the name of Sue the Chimp, which is also the cry that goes the private eye prints a libel.
I knew I'd done one advertising joke too many.
Which, strange brew, means at the end of this element it's Paul and Graham who are steaming ahead, leading as they do 12-4. And so to the audible relief that accompanies our final missing words round, a writhing mass of suspect headlines with some dubious black oblongs, including some more or fewer from this week's guest publication, the literally awesome Cross-Stitch Crazy. So stand by for Maggie was what, says Le Pen?
Hairy.
Right?
Insatiable.
A man.
A great man is the answer.
Ah.
This is according to a man called Jean-Marie. Doesn't make sense, does it? Is Betis e co-ed what?
Misspelt.
Is Betty co-ed, or does she just walk that way?
Is it stitchable, is the answer. Yeah. This is Beryl Norman of Blackpool, who wants to stitch a map of Betty co-ed onto the wall of her caravan.
What is the caravan made of?
Well, something you obviously can hang something up on the wall of.
Well, you've certainly done your research this week. What was the answer? Did you write to a cross-stitch expert?
Yes.
Ask Alice.
Jill Johnson.
Jill Johnson, is that what she's doing these days?
Next, pot-bellied iguana wins what?
Pop idol.
The reptile darts tournament. Robin Cook look-alike contest.
The answer is a beauty contest. This was in Rome, a 3-day show called Rectilia. Next, what is best for your beagle?
Smoking.
A size 24 needle is the answer.
Best for your beagle.
There's Hilary Bowman, who wants to immortalise her dog, Dylan, in cross-stitch, which she's done here. The real one's on the right, by the way.
Are those dogs possessed?
Next, Molum, they said I was what, and what?
Mad, bad, and hopeless at remembering well-known quotations.
Young, black and gifted.
No, it's stupid, sick and screwing every man who moves.
Oh, yeah.
This is Mo Molan slamming, amongst others, Peter Mandelson, who she says spends no time with anyone who isn't powerful or influential. So presumably doesn't spend much time on his own these days. Next, can you stitch me what?
Up.
Like a kipper.
Baby.
Can you stitch me baby? You think
Yeah, well-known hit from the 50s.
Right.
Can you stitch me caravan?
Can you stitch me a goat? This is Mrs. Hayward of Aberystwyth, who writes to Cross Stitch Crazy asking, can you do me a goat on its hind legs? I have a friend who has a goat farm and makes goat's cheese.
Yeah.
Next, backstairs Billy told to what?
Told to avoid euphemisms.
Leave the palace.
Not far off. Pack bags is how they put it. Yes, this is the Queen Mother's trusty servant. His name, Billy Talon. And lastly, let the poor what, says Tony.
Let the poor man keep his golf balls.
It's not a reference to that story, no. Let the poor have speed humps. Researchers have found that accident rates are directly proportional to the time spent on the street and the number of roads crossed. No shit, Charlotte. All of which unnecessary needle means at the end of tonight's stitch-up, this week's Lowdown Bums are Ian and Penny with 4, while this week's Rears of the Year are Paul and Graham with 14. So, a Royal Opera box to our winners, an ITV digital box to our losers. But before we attempt to reintroduce them into society, the moral obligation of our caption competition, Ian and Penny have this.
That's Mrs. Thatcher saying, it's very good of you all to come. Night of the Living Dead. Especially John Major, look at him. Anyone remember me?
Is it the Spot the Queen competition?
Certainly not. Thank you, Paul and Graham. Get that.
Is that Japanese endurance game show? How many carpet tacks you can nail into people? The bloke on the top right is saying, for God's sake, somebody go, Oklahoma.
On which conclusive note, we say thank you to our panellists, Ian Hislop and Penny Smith, Paul Merton and Graeme Garden. And I leave you with news that outside a Humberside branch of Pizza Hut, a delighted customer spots the all-you-can-eat for a £5 poster. On Dartmoor, after stealing a packet of buns, a young shoplifter senses he's maybe being followed. And in the studio of a Swedish cable channel, there are signs that a former TV star has fallen on hard times. Good night.
Next here on UK TV documentary, the biting satire continues, as comedian Ross Noble and newsreader Katie Derham guest. In more of I Got 2002 for You.